Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Andreea, and in today's video, I'm going to talk about my current favorite brushes. I know I've done a video like this before, but I still get this question a lot, and I think a lot of you want to know what are my current, like right now, the most used brushes at the moment. Before I get into each category, I want to answer the most asked question when it comes to brushes. Which brushes are best, natural bristle or a synthetic? The truth is, both are really good. As a general rule, it's not a strict rule, but as a general rule, when it comes to cream and liquid products, I would prefer to use synthetic brushes, and everything that is dry, like powders, eyeshadows, bronzer, everything that is dry, I would prefer to use natural bristle brushes. But like I said, there is no rule. Sometimes I could use synthetic brush for a dry product, for a powder product, and it works amazing. And sometimes I could use a natural bristle brush for a cream product and it works amazing. I guess with the natural bristle brushes, they're obviously much more expensive, so you want to take very good care of them. That's why I guess when you're using cream products, in my opinion, you need to wash them like right away for a next use. For powder product, you could dust the product away on a cloth, or you could use, there are sprays that you could use. But with the cream products, to really get the product out of the bristles, you need to wash it. So I guess that's why it's this rule about natural bristles and synthetic bristles. Now let's get straight into my favorite brushes at the moment. Foundation. This is no surprise for you. These two brushes are the ones that I use the most. I can make pretty much any brush with this shape work for my foundation. I prefer synthetic when it comes to foundation brush. This one is from Il Makiage number 100. This is it says a foundation blending brush, handmade in Italy. And this one is the It Cosmetics Heavenly Luxe Complexion Perfection brush. Now I'm going to talk about the difference between the two. This one is a more versatile brush. It's a little bit more stiff than the other one, and I think that overall I could use it with any type of foundation. It's very well made. I never had any problem with it. I never had any hair coming out of this brush. It's incredibly well made. As you guys know, I wash my brushes very often. Sometimes I wash it, especially this one, I wash it right before I use it, and then I dry it on a clean towel, and I literally use it right away. I hate to use a foundation brush that is dirty. This one, again, really well made. You can feel that it's a good quality brush. I love the shape, slightly rounder shape. It's a great brush because you could also use it this side. You could use it for concealer. Amazing for concealer as well. However, it bends a little bit more than the other one, than the Il Makiage. So I would say overall, I prefer to use this for very liquid foundations. As soon as I'm using something that's a little bit more dense, I go towards this one. Concealer. Nothing much really changed. My favorite one for concealer remains the Sephora 57 brush. Amazing, versatile brush. Again, very well made. I've washed this brush so many times. Over the years, it remained the same. It did not shed, it did not break. I also like the fact that whatever material is on top stayed the same. Another really good brush, I've used it today, so it's a little dirty. This is from It Cosmetics, and it's made for Ulta. This was part of a set that I bought from Ulta when I was in the US. There were 4 brushes, and I remember all of them were really good. Please check out my description box. If I find them on Ulta, I will link them down below. If not, I'm gonna link something similar to this. It's just perfect to spread the concealer under your eyes. I like how soft this is. I think the size is just perfect for the under eyes. Maybe you've seen me using the G40 from Morphe a lot. And it was one of my favorite brushes ever for pretty much everything cream. But can you get me closer so I can show? I'm not sure if you could see how damaged this brush is. It's super, super damaged. And the worst thing about it is that if I pull, the whole thing could come off and then I could literally press it down. You see? This is a perfect example of a really, really bad quality brush. But to be completely honest with you, the shape and the bristles, the way they felt, it was just unbelievable. For the price that I've paid for it, I mean, it definitely did the job. It was less than $10, and I literally used this to death. Unfortunately, rest in peace, G40 from Morphe. Let's talk about powder. When it comes to powder, I am very specific with the brushes that I use because it depends on where I'm applying powder. Do I apply powder under the eyes? Do I apply powder all over the face? Because I have different brushes, okay? So for the under eyes, I have two brushes. One is this Misa. It has no name on it. It has no number on it. It's the brush that I apply powder with. And then if I have it clean, I also love this brush from Sonia G, but this is part of, I hesitated if I wanted to show you again this brush because it's part of a set. Now when it comes to applying powder on my face, I prefer this type of brush. This is from a Rephr and it's great for powder or for bronzer. For bronzer, it's actually it makes a great brush as well. This is 05 brush. Rephr has amazing quality brushes. There's literally nothing I could say against their brushes. Unbelievable how good the brushes are. They're made in Japan. I mean, it's a multifunctional brush that I personally love. Bronzer or contour. Again, I will talk a lot about Rephr brushes because, like I said, they have amazing brushes. This one is number 19, and as you can see, it has this really beautiful shape. And if you want to contour, this is just amazing. If you want to sculpt your cheekbones, this is perfect. I recommend you to use it mostly for powder. It's a natural bristle brush. Number 4 from Rephr is an angle brush that, again, it's perfect for bronzer. So this is just beautiful to apply bronzer. I wish you could feel how soft this brush is. And it's also perfect if you want to apply blush. You could use this for powder or cream, but I recommend you to use this type of brush, especially for powder products. It feels like it does the job for you. It's that good. Again, It Cosmetics, and this is an airbrush foundation brush. But I love to use this for everything cream. So whenever I use a cream bronzer or a cream blush, this makes such a great brush. Could use it for your foundation, but I find that the shape is smaller than what I would call a foundation brush. That's why I think it's much more appropriate to be used, you know, for cream bronzer, blush. I've talked about this brush in so many of my videos. This is the Locket powder brush from Kat Von D. The original handle is black, but this one is gold because it was a part of an anniversary set. But you will find it with the black handle. Amazing brush. Amazing brush. This makes a perfect brush for under eye powder, for blush, for highlighter, whatever you want. This does it for you. So good. And again, the type of brush, because it's a synthetic brush, the type of brush that you could literally wash it, dry it, and use it right away. Let's move on with eye brushes. I love this Fenty 230 brush. It's a blending brush, but I find this to be especially good for cream eyeshadow. So whenever I have a cream eyeshadow, I always go towards this brush. I find that it just spreads the product so beautiful and so evenly. And again, it's well made. It doesn't give me the impression that it's gonna break anytime soon. It's a really, really good, resistant, well-made brush. MAC 221 has been one of my favorites ever since they launched this brush. It's the smaller sister of 217. If you don't know 217, it's an iconic brush for all the makeup artists. For my opinion, it's like probably the best brush for blending, and this is the difference between the 217 right here and the 221 right here. As you can see, there is a slight difference. What I love about the 221 is that you could use it in the crease if you want to do more like precise work, or if you have small eyes like I do. 217 brush is a good universal blending brush. I love it so much, and I cannot imagine my kit without these two brushes. Another brush that is similar with the 221, but it's a little bit shorter and more stiff, so it has more precision. It's the 13 brush from Rephr. You guys, this again, it's great if you just want to apply a little bit of product at the end of your eye and then spread it. It feels like it does the job for you. It spreads the product so well. I don't know if you've noticed, but I prefer small detail brushes over the big ones, also because I have a small face. Two of my favorite detail brushes are the Rephr 03 and Rephr 23 brushes. They are very similar. It looks like the 23 is the much smaller sister of the 03. They're both pencil brushes, but what I really like about them is that you could use them on eyes and also on the lips. Here's how I use these brushes. Like for example, the 03 brush, let's just say I apply a pencil at the base of my lashes, and then I want to smudge it. And the brush, you know, it's very important, because if you're using the wrong size of brush, the whatever line you're trying to do at the base of the lashes, you know, it might get way too big, way too thick. This is the perfect size for a little shadow situation that you want to do at the base of the lashes. And then the 23 is for very precise work when you want to apply, let's just say, an eyeshadow at the base of the lashes, and you only want to do like a very thin eyeshadow. This will ensure you that whatever eyeshadow you're going to use, it really stays very thin. It really stays where you want it to stay. It gives you so much control and so much precision. I love these two brushes so much. I'm so sorry about the next one. I forgot to clean it. This is the Rephr 02 brush. This makes a great brush to apply eyeshadow on your eyelids. It's really great to just grab the eyeshadow and place it wherever you want to place it. It grabs the product and applies it beautiful on the eyelids. Also, I have to mention that whenever you have fallouts, it could be absolutely because of the eyeshadow, but it could also be because of the brush. I feel like with the Rephr brushes, you have less fallout in general. Another detail brush that I love, this one is from Hakuhodo. It has no name, but I will find it for you. This is like a much smaller sister of the Rephr 02 brush. Again, it's a flat brush. This can be used on the lips, and sometimes I use it on the lips if I don't have my usual lip brushes, but it's also great for detail, like for example applying something under your eyebrow, or applying any eyeshadow on the inner corner. A very similar brush to this Hakuhodo one is the MAC 228 brush. I think this is marketed as a lip brush, but again, it's great for detail. It's exactly the same shape as this one. It's not as good as this. I feel like this Hakuhodo just grabs, like I told you, it really grabs the eyeshadow, place it wherever you want. With this one, I feel like you have less control. It's not it's not as dense, it's not as compact as the other one. However, I use the 228 a lot, also for detail at the end of my eye. Like for example, if I want to create that winged shape with eyeshadow, I could do with this one as well. I also use this a lot to create that very blurry lip liner effect. This brush is really good for that step. Now, when it comes to flat brushes, I really like this Sigma. This is their concealer brush, the F75 concealer brush. To be honest with you, I never apply concealer with this brush. For example, I would apply concealer like under the eyebrow, or I would correct if I want to make that super sharp lip. I would use this with a little bit of concealer and correct. And it's a great brush for a product like this. All of these are cream. It literally grabs the product. Let me show you. It just grabs the product really well, and then place it. You see? I think this brush is amazing for this type of step. When it comes to lip brushes, it really depends on what I'm using on the lips. But if I apply something that doesn't need like precision, for example, lip gloss, I could use like this concealer brush from Sigma F70. Great, really great brush for like, you know, anything that it has to be spread, but not super precise. For precision, I use the Sigma E21 brush. It's very small. I don't know where my MAC brush, every time I'm looking for my MAC brush for the lips, it's not here. I guess it's in my kit. For highlighter, the Anastasia Beverly Hills A23 brush still remains one of my favorite brushes for highlighter. This brush does not feel very nice. It doesn't feel like it's good quality, doesn't look like it's good quality. However, it works fantastic for highlighter. I've never said this, I just realized it. Doesn't look like it's a good quality brush, but it works for highlighter and highlighter only. Another brush that works for highlighter is the brush that I also use to apply powder under my eyes. Pencil brush. I need to have a pencil brush in my kit, and this one from Sigma, this is the E30 brush. It's amazing. There are a lot of brands that have pencil brushes. I use sometimes the 219 from MAC as well, but this is a little bit more pointy, and it helps, for example, if I want to smudge something under the eyes. For all details, this is a great brush. Last but not least, although I don't use this brush as much, if I had to choose one brush for eyebrows, it would be the Anastasia Beverly Hills 7B brush. This is hands down the best brush for eyebrows. Why? Because it's stiff enough to create very light strokes that imitate the hair in the eyebrows. It's so incredibly thin. I don't know any brush that is as thin as this. Anastasia knows her thing when it comes to eyebrows. For me, Anastasia remains the best brand for eyebrows. I don't use their eyebrow products as much as I used to because I am using the brow flick now. I'm crazy about the brow pen from Glossier, so that's why I don't really need any other accessory to apply my eyebrow product. That guy does the job perfectly. I think we're done. I hope I talked about all the brushes that I use the most. If there are any steps that I've missed, please let me know and I will give you the answer in the comments, or I will make sure to include it in my description. You've got all the brushes that I've mentioned in the description box down below, along with a discount code that you could use at Rephr if you want to get any of their brushes. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram so you don't miss any of my mini tutorials on Story. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!